Welcome to the regular District 76 YouTube interview session. We have Toastmaster Rus Howser joining us. Welcome, Rus.
Thank you, Chris.
And we have our co-host, Toastmaster Kaori Tomita. Welcome, Kaori.
Good morning.
I was teaching presentation at many companies in Tokyo, doing a lot of networking, trying to find more clients. And I met someone at a networking party. When I told him I was teaching presentation, he said, "Oh, you must be a Toastmaster." And I said, "Huh?" I thought it was just another kind of business networking circle. I looked up on the internet, I put in Toastmasters in Tokyo. That time I didn't know there were other clubs in Japan. I went to my first meeting. To be honest, I was a little bit worried. Because I thought, I'm an English teacher. Do I really want to go and teach English for free? My first meeting I went to at Tokyo Toastmasters Club just amazed me. In fact, at that first meeting, one of the speakers was Haresh Kirpalani. I was amazed at how good he was, at how dignified and calm and funny he was. My second meeting, one of the speakers was Ted Gatsuma. Completely different style than Haresh Kirpalani, but also an amazing speaker in his own way. And my third meeting, it was Teiki Iwaoka spoke. Again, completely different style, but an amazing speaker. And after those three meetings, I knew that I was not as good as I thought I was, that I had a lot to learn, and joined Tokyo Toastmasters Club. And that was in 2004. My first speech, I was comparing myself to James Bond. I had written a script. I remember I was wearing my suit and tie. I was a little more formal back then. And I'm standing to the side waiting to be introduced. My heart was trying to jump out of my chest. Finally, they called my name, and the next thing I remember, I was sitting down with sweat dripping off of my nose. My script was kind of a damp ball of paper. To this day, I have no memory of actually giving the speech. I was so nervous. I had many years of experience as a teacher, standing in front of students and talking, so I thought giving a speech would be similar to that. It wasn't. It was completely different and much, much harder. After about 300 speeches, it does get easier.
300.
I originally started in Tokyo Toastmasters Club. For several years, that was the only one that I was a member of. Actually, the only one I even attended. I didn't start visiting other clubs for several years. Then I decided I wanted to work on my Japanese skills. Joined Musashi Kosugi Bilingual Toastmasters Club. And I found out that giving speeches in Japanese is much, much more stressful than giving speeches in English. My Japanese skills were so poor. Table topics terrified me. I would try to hide behind someone during table topics. It's not easy for me to hide behind most of the members. The members really seemed to enjoy choosing me for table topics. In fact, I competed in the Tall Tales contest one year in Japanese at Musashi Kosugi. Afterwards, one of the members came up to me and said, "Rus, I really enjoyed your speech. It made me so happy to see you struggle in Japanese the way we struggle in English." In 2006, so I had been a Toastmaster for about a year and a half. I had completed the minimum 6 speeches that were required at that time. All of my club members were telling me, "Oh, you should join the contest. You'll probably win." I wrote my first contest speech. I remember there were 5 speakers in the Tokyo Toastmasters Club contest, but I didn't finish first place or third place. It was not a good speech. I had no idea how to write a good speech, especially a contest speech. Afterwards, when I started thinking about the winners of our contest, the winner that year was James Cole, who ended up finishing second in District 76 that year. I started to understand what it meant to write a speech with a strong, clear message, which mine had not had that. I don't think I knew what my speech was about then. It was a mess. But I started to see how the really good speakers started with one clear, simple message, the best thing you can do for building a speech. The next year, 2007, I made it all the way to the District 76 finals. Finished second place to Mr. Azuma. The next year, 2008, I finished second place to Toastmaster Azuma. The next year, I finished second place in my club. But finally, in 2010, I won the District 76 contest for the first time. It took me, 4 years of competing before I won. Azuma-san was first rival in Toastmasters. I thought it would be a great feeling of, yes, finally I won. To be honest, the feeling was, oh my God, I won. I have to go to international. I get tired of it every year. Every year at the end of the contest season, I feel like, enough. I'm never doing this again. Over the winter, I start to get speech ideas and start to think about them. And next thing I know, it's January and it's like, oh my God, I need a speech. It's fun. To be honest, I don't enjoy the contests. I enjoy everything except the contests. I love thinking about the speech and trying to figure out what the message is and how to say the message as powerfully as possible and how to structure the speech and write it and rewrite it. That's what I'm trying not to do now. I've become very, very good at finishing in second place. I don't know if that's just because I've run into a lot of very good speakers in the contest. And people like Marama and Naoki are very, very good speakers. There's absolutely no shame in not winning against them. I do think I have too many times followed the formula. That's a very good way to win second place, not first. Being a Toastmaster has made me a much more effective teacher. Just keep learning, keep pushing yourself, keep challenging yourself. The goal is not to compete with other speakers. It's to compete with yourself, to give the best speech you've ever given every time. And no matter what you do, no matter what your career is, being a more effective communicator is going to help you be better at your job. So that's my message. Just keep going. Keep going step by step. Again, it's like climbing a mountain. Just keep climbing. Whether you reach the top or not, the view will be beautiful. Okay, well, thank you very much for asking me to do this. It's been my pleasure. And I do look forward to meeting all of my Toastmasters friends in person someday soon.